Hello everybody, my name is Asandumuya. Today I'm going to talk about threats from criminals, right? As a members of any public or society, you have the duty or responsibility, to protect yourself and your family, and also so far as possible, other people. To do that, you must understand the criminal threats to the safety or security which might occur around the surrounding or around your environment or your workplace, right? For the rest of the parts of this information I'm giving, I'm going to concentrate on the threats from criminals' activities only. And the next part of terrorism, I will highlight in my next topic, right? First of all, we're looking at who threats us, right? Who threaten us? Who can threaten us? It can either be a friend, right? Let's say it could be a complete stranger, your best friend, your brothers, your sister, man, woman, children, child, perhaps someone you have worked with for many years, especially in the case of theft and sexual harassment. A large percentage of offense are committed nowadays by someone who you know, especially the victims, right? So people that you know might commit this offense against you, right? Then we go further to say criminals are extremely well organized. They have access to many resources for them to execute their duty. By that, and they work globally around the world. It's a well organized committee. Then this criminal threatening, we face so many from many sources, and also others, and any of these can threaten your peace and your mindset, and also assets of properties, and also people dear to them. So criminals are also a threat to the environment, right? I'm going to talk about the main crimes committed against individuals, family, to most people. For example, we're talking about some of the offense. You have theft, which is like stealing or what. They have robbery, right? This is a weapon robbery, right? Then we're talking about house breaking, then fraud. Then we're talking about assault, sexual harassment, and criminal damage. All these ones are crimes committed. So all these are crime committed, right? Like theft, robbers, fraud, and other things. However, the fast-growing group of crimes in the world today are cyber crimes. Criminal activity using technology like the online scammers, right? These criminals are including, for example, I'm going to mention about 8 points. Number one, hackers' computer systems are individual computer through the internet, right? Then point number two, theft of information for numerous purpose, right? Like stealing. Then number three, identify theft of individual and business, that is thieves, right? Then we're talking about point number four, like blackmails, right? They can blackmail you, then they ask you to pay money, right? Then extortion also, extortion. Then you have also money laundering, which is 6 points. Money laundering also is rampant, right? Then also talking about 7 points, there are many reasons why cybercrime has become so popular among criminals, right? Then point number 8, short crimes can be conducted from anywhere in the world. Often, the criminal does not have to be at the target location, reducing the risks to themselves. Then, also point number 9, criminal commits these crimes. Could be a thief, blackmailer, extortionism, then terrorism. They all seek out an organization or individual with an unsatisfactory IT systems and targeting themselves, right? Targeting them. The main purpose of stealing data, which can also be stolen, so from some like hotels, membership clubs or organization are therefore favorite targets. So this simply means that most of these criminals, they target data of bank, data of hotels, or like a club, so many data for them to execute their duty, right? Obviously, this impacts on an individual to whom the data is being related. Their stolen data can be used to facilitate or identify theft. Accounts take over, that stealing of someone's account, or theft from the bank, right? Bank account, stealing from someone's bank account. Then what's still like fake passports, also fake driving license and other personal documents can also be manipulated or manufactured using the data that has been stolen, right? We're talking about data theft leading to, or we're talking about how these criminals, they target, how they are selected, right? Okay, how are targets selected by criminals? How the criminal can select their target? First of all, we're looking at how criminals are selected will depends on the object of their attack. Any attack will have an agenda. So this simply means that every hacker or every criminals, they have their agenda, what they are looking for. They have different plans to attack or to steal from someone. Criminals will also look for money or valuable items. They always look for money or valuable items. It depends on their agenda, right? Individual could be setting an old scores, getting revenge from someone for perceiving wrong done to them in a previously, or if they have done something to them, someone to revenge. You understand? Criminal also will also have a specific target in mind. Their targets will have to be able to produce what the criminal are looking for. Like bank have money, for example, like the jeweler, right? They have high value of gold, silvers, and precious stones. So individual have credit card also. They look at those people. Then passports also they can steal also, and other valuable assets they can also steal. Then we're looking at also criminals also. Criminals also plan is always extremely thoroughly, right? In a past organization have made a mistake of thinking that criminals are of a low intelligence, but criminals, they are highly intelligent. In fact, criminals are very intelligent and resourceful, right? They plan themselves and they spend a lot of money to execute their duty. This should never be underestimated. So this simply means that bank or other organization should never estimate the activities of criminal people, right? Criminals can also work along or in group. Serious crime also or always involve group, but the group members may never be seen together during the plan or the phrase. They will always strategize or plan themselves in various areas. They will never be together like that. So we're looking at the planning can also take a weeks or several years or months for them to execute their duty, that the criminal. Identify what might be attractive to the potential criminal will also help you to put a preventive measures in place to deter them. So this simply means that if a company can able to identify the things that can put them on the front line to attract criminals, it's better for them to put that mechanism in place before the criminals they execute their duty, right? So what company or business place, what they should look at. Criminal will also think about, one, what is criminal going to do, to what a criminal is going to do or to be what to them, right? How easy is it to access their target position, yeah, like your company position? How easy is it, right? Then how many people are likely to be there in your place or business place or organization? Then how easy is it to commit crime in your organization or business place? Then how easy is it to escape after a crime? Then also, how can they commit the crime and not getting caught? So criminals also think about those things. So before any serious crime taking place, right, the perpetrators, that the criminals, the people who execute a crimes, will need to carry out a several visits to that target that they want to go and steal, or they want to do something, execute their duty, right? So that means you always, as a business person or as an organization, you have to put mechanism how you can protect your intellectual property, how you can protect your tangible equipment or intangible equipment. Then these are many times that they can be spotted by vigilant members of the general public, members of staffs and security personnel. They will be observing the movement of people, the layout of the organization or company or the building, right, of the areas of entries and the exit points where people going out. So the criminals monitor all these things in the building. Involves that they are looking at the access points, like public staffs, or the procedure how people are coming to the premises or going out, so on and so forth. Criminal will check out the security measures in and around their perspective targets, right? So they look for all these things, are very intelligent. Then what are they looking for, the criminals? What are they looking for? So security is not just the police or security guards or safety, right? It is also everyone's job, or everyone has the responsibility to work together to identify the potential threats. Everyone being alert and observant at all time, and also take an action when you see something that is unusual or different. So it's security or safety is everybody's responsibility. So we're looking at what's looking out for, right? We should look out for vehicles or people. Like in vehicles, what are we looking? We should pay attention, right? Pay a particular attention to vehicles with foreign registration plates. Then we should also pay attention to vehicles that approach any location. Then also, how many people are in a vehicle? You should always take notice of that. Then, is the vehicle being driven normally, right? Then is it approaching fast or than normal? Then looking carefully at the parking vehicle area, the locations, Then also, has the vehicle been there before in that vicinity? So all these things you have to take into consideration, because safety and security is for all of us, not to say it's for police, it's for military. So we have to watch for every situation. Then we're looking at people. First I highlight about vehicle, then people. People mostly do not pay attention to what is going around them, and also criminals take the advantage of that. Like train yourself to look at the people near you, right? You have to observe. Then you have to look at, what do you look for in a person? How the people they dress, right? What are they doing, right, around you? What they seems to have the purpose, or they are just standing around you. Are they paying attention to anything in particularly? Are they carrying bags of any type? Are there any groups around you? Then do any individual seems to be working with other people in that location? Do you seems look nervous or get bad feeling? So you have to be conscious about your environment, about people that are around you. So this is also security for your life, security for everything. You have to be conscious.